Please support our local veterans and first responders. Without them, we can't do what we're doing here. Hello friends, welcome back to the Blind Model Builder. My name is Rod and I'm the Blind Model Builder. Today we are doing a Monday bench update and we're going to do a quick test spray of Kaliedo's Rubber Black. It is one of the colors I got in on my What Did You Buy Wednesday of last week, and I just happen to need to use it today. So we will get to that right after a word from my sponsor. For all your airbrush and acrylic paint needs, please visit Gaahleri and use my discount code to save an extra 10% off your order. Okay, we're back. This is what we're going to be test spraying. Kaliedo's Rubber Black. And just looking at the bottle, it looks like it has a little bit of a blue tint, but let's see what it sprays like. We're going to be spraying it over a, what did I use for? That's it. I used Rust-Oleum flat black primer. So I'm going to get the camera positioned and let's get this spraying real quick. I will be using my Seeker to do this. I'll also be spraying some Fusion Firm Chrome, and for that I'll be using the Aventus. But let's get it switched around and we will get started. Okay, excuse the noise. I've got a couple of fans going and the air compressor just turned on. But before I like to spray any color through, I usually run a little bit of alcohol or just some cleaner. Make sure the brush is all nice and cleaned out. Get it cleared. And yep, there we go. Now we're going to take and add a bit of our black paint straight to this. This is a ready to use, so let's see if it really is ready to use. We got our tires here. These are some tires from Jay's Resin Wheels. And just nice easy coats on it. Probably should have primed this in white, not black, but I really didn't want to come out and shoot primer through the airbrush this morning. I'll be honest, it's been a long weekend, so let's see if I can take the lazy way out like this. There. And if it's like other Kaliedo paints, I'm guessing this is going to take a misting coat, then it's going to take a little bit heavier coat, and then a final coat. And I'm not real worried about getting the inside of the tire. I'm more concerned about getting what's going to be seen. There we go. There's tire 3. We get one more. And get that spot a little heavy. You know, I was watching Ed over there at One Team Garage, and he had used this, but he added some other colors to it to get what he thought was a true rubber black. I thought, I'm just going to use it straight out of the gun, see what I get. Well, let's go to coat 2. A little bit heavier coat on this one. Bring it in a little bit closer. To be honest with you, from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's actually covering really well. But black, trying to spray black over black is sometimes, I mean, for me, it can be very difficult. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. And kind of like that. Get this one here. I wonder if I plugged up a little bit. Thinking that I may actually need to thin this paint a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I thought, you know, this would be a great opportunity to try and use the thinner, or the, well, I guess it's the thinner reducer that a subscriber had sent to me by the name of Mike. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if this works with the Kaliedo paint. I'm guessing it's only going to take a couple of drops, so just a second here. I'm just going to mix it right in the brush. Right there, that should be more than enough. Put that up here. I'm actually going to add a little bit more paint to it. Not too much. Which should be fine. And now I'm just going to do the old back flush trick. Let's see if I can get you guys in it. See, just letting the back flush. Put her loose. Now let's see what we get. Second here. Here's the paint thinner recipe that I have gotten from Mike. I will have the recipe in the description below. This is probably the first time I've had this happen to me, but this Kaliedo paint must be a bit thicker, because even thinning it out, I wasn't able to get it to go through a 0.3 brush or a 0.3 needle. So I switched to my Swallowtail with a 0.5. It's still thinned out a little bit, so let's see what we get. Going with the 0.5, I'm probably not going to need to go with the traditional 3 coats. I'll probably get away with doing 2. Well, let's see what we get. Now, as far as the thinner that Mike sent me, it actually seems to be working pretty good. I will put a description of the recipe that he sent me. I'll put it in I'll put it in the video. I'll have it written out, and then you guys can use it and tell me what you think. So far, I'm liking what it's doing. It's definitely thinned it out, made it a little bit easier to spray. And from what he told me, this was good for acrylic paints. And I do a lot of acrylic painting. I like using craft paints. I will definitely be mixing a bigger batch of this up. So there we go. We will come back and I'll show you what the final results look like. Next, we're going to shoot with the Aventus. We have the smaller needle, I think it's a 0.28 on it, and you can tell by the nose cone there. And we are going to be shooting chrome with it, the Fusion Firm. So far, I love this chrome. It comes out great. The only issue I have with it is it's got a long drying and curing time. And you don't need that much of it, which is nice. Gonna do a test spray, looking good. All right, we are gonna be spraying the wheels on this for this kit. And by the way, this is gonna be for the Chevelle. These are gonna be very light. Oh wow, look at that. I think this is the first time I've actually used this needle to shoot chrome with this brush. And I'm impressed. That was some, if you look at that first coat, that is a very nice coat here. It covers great. And that's the nice thing about the Fusion Firm, is it doesn't really matter what primer you spray on it. It's gonna come out nice and chromy looking. And it's not gonna be the high luster chrome, but it's gonna have a very nice reflective quality to it. And let's see, I gotta find, there we go. There. For me, sometimes finding the holes in these trays is not as easy as you would think. I'm thinking about getting the foam block. I've heard good things about that. Seriously thinking about it. Might make my life a whole lot easier. Part here. The nice thing about the Fusion Firm, the odor, it really doesn't have an odor to it. And there we go. I will be back and I will show you the results when this is all finished. On September 5th, come join us for the 5th annual Dog Days of Summer car show hosted by Guardian Paws Service Dogs. If you would like a shop card or would like to exchange shop cards, please contact me at the email above and I will get one right out to you. Well, we are back with the paint results from the Kaliedo Tire Black, which is this one right here. And I'm not sure if it's because of the weather out. You know, it's gotten really quite warm. We actually had some seasonally muggy weather here in Idaho, which is not something we get in July. So, at least not from my experience here. And I have lived here now for about 30 years. One of the reasons I moved here is because it's not as muggy as Minneapolis. But anyway, getting back onto the video. Here we have the Kaliedo Tire Black with a Fusion Firm chrome wheel. Is the chrome as bright and shiny as I might want? No. I could maybe put a gloss coat over it. But I've had some people not have the greatest experience with the Fusion Firm. But for me, it's got just enough of that polished look to it. But anyway, let's get back to the rubber black. I thought I'd also bring out a kit or a tire from like just one of the, I believe this is from an AMT kit. This is a tire that a normal model kit would come with the pad printed I got it all wrong there, with the pad printed tire. Look at them in comparison. The Kaliedo is definitely a bit on the duller. It looks a lot more used, a little bit more on the grayer side. But then if you look at the Kaliedo tire black up against the black that Tamiya offers for a rubber black, and this is not going to be the easiest, but you can kind of get an idea. Tamiya's rubber black definitely looks darker to me. It looks like more of a new tire, where the Kaliedo looks like it's maybe more of a used tire. It's a tire that's been around the block once or twice, where this looks like a tire that is pretty much right out of the tire shop. So depending on the look you're going for. The other thing I thought I'd show you is this right here. I did the brake disc in Kaliedo's gunmetal, as you can see right there, and I plan on doing the master cylinders. I don't know what color just yet. It'll probably be something that goes along nicely with the body color, you know. So that's a to be determined fact, or a to be determined situation. I can show you. Right here is, let me get it. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Right here's the brakes behind the tire. That gives you a really nice contrasting. It does make the Fusion Firm pop that much more. So this is going to look pretty sweet when it's done. If you give me just a second, I'm going to change things up here, and I will go over what I plan on, or the paint I'm looking at using for my 62 T-Bird. That's the next project up. I was hoping to get a base coat put on that today, but with as much smoke as we have, I'm thinking that might have to get put on hold for a day or so. We'll wait and see if it clears out a little bit this afternoon. My hopes are not high when it comes to that, but give me just a second. I'm going to get that switched up. Now this next one is for the, I think they called it the One That Got Away group build. It was going to be on the 62 T-Bird right here. And I think I'm also entering this into Ed from One Team Garage, into his Ultimate Chrome group build. I believe that one is still going on. And my wife loves the color teal. So when the Thunderbird that we had, which was a bit newer, I believe it was a 64, she wanted us to get it redone and have it repainted teal. So I actually let her pick the color, from what I had available. And what I came up with that closely represented what she wanted was a color like, let me see if I can get this. Was a color like this right here. Now these are tropical glitz candy teal. Now this first one was over Hobby Lobby, white primer, chrome, a chrome base, and then the teal candy. So that was the first one we came up with. The next one was Kaliedo black primer over, oh, I gotta read that a little bit better. I think this is over gold. No, it's over Kaliedo black primer over chrome over, and then the candy teal on top of that. The next one was Kaliedo black with silver from Hobby Lobby, and then the candy teal. It's a little bit darker. And the last one that she liked was the Hobby Lobby black over silver and with the candy teal. Again, a little bit darker. None of these have a clear coat on them yet, and I doubt I will clear coat them. But that is what we've come up with. Or what I've come up with, I should say. I'm gonna put them in front of her again. So I'll let you guys take a look at this. I'm gonna go from lightest to darkest, and the lightest are basically the chrome, are blacks over chromes, or the white over chrome. I think that one is white over chrome. That one is black over chrome. Then we have black over silver, and we have the other black over silver. And if you've noticed, I painted a little bit of a chrome in there to kind of give me an idea of what would the chrome look against this. And I did that on all of these. Unfortunately, that doesn't show up the greatest. It's honestly not the best. It wasn't the large enough surface to really get an idea, but you can kind of see it popping through on there. Of course, the darker the color, the better the chrome shows. You know, the lighter the color, it's a much more subtle. But yeah, those are the colors that we are looking at with this. And the interior is going to be teal, and it will also be white. I'm probably going to go with an off-white. Not a real bright white, but a little bit more off-white. And the top and the interior will be the same color when it's all said and done. So let me get the camera squared away and let's finish this video up. Well, there you have it. That is my Monday bench update. I showed you guys how I sprayed out the Kaliedo black rubber, and it's a little bit thicker than I'm used to with the other Kaliedo paints, but like I say, it could be the weather right now. It's been really hot. We've been a little on the humid side, and it's actually been really smoky here, so I haven't been able to be in the garage for long periods of time. And we also sprayed out the Fusion Firm Chrome, and I used for the chrome my Gaahleri Aventus brush. And this is a brush, I mean, I love using it. It feels so nice in the hand. It really does. But it is such a work of art. There are times I actually feel bad using this, just because of how beautiful it is. And I also used the Swallowtail. Now I started out using this, and I just had too small of a needle in it to spray with the rubber black. So instead of switching the needle out right away, I just switched over to my Swallowtail. Never fails me. Love this brush. Again, if you guys need anything, any supplies or anything that's paint related from Gaahleri, use my discount code. It's in the link below. You know, again, I do make a small commission on it. And yes, sometime here in the near future, I hope to have another video coming out to introduce a new sponsor. As soon as I get more information on that and decide whether I actually want to do it or not, I'm gonna send it. I will blast it out there. But I was watching a video here yesterday, and I don't really want to become an advertiser. I don't mind coming out and doing product review. I mean, I'll tell you guys how the product works for me. And I'm a novice at best. I am not a professional. I never did this for a living. I mean, my prior life, I was a drafter. I mean, that's what I did before I lost my sight. I was a drafter. Prior to that, I was a warehouse manager. And prior to that, I was a truck driver. And prior to that, I served in the military. And the majority of those jobs was just a yes, sir, I'll get it done. Actually, all of those jobs were pretty much a yes, sir, I'll get it done. So I've never been in sales. So please don't hold that against me. But with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm getting out of the smoke. I am going to hopefully start getting a What Did You Buy Wednesday done here. If not, later on today, tomorrow morning. As soon as I can breathe again, I'm going to be out here shooting a base coat on the T-Bird. And yeah, it's going to be spotty times out here. So I will catch you guys later. You guys, if you're affected by the smoke, please be safe. I also want to make sure that I send my condolences to I guess it is now 3 service members that have been killed in action in Jordan, I guess. My thoughts, my prayers go to your families, your husbands, your wives, your moms, your dads, your kids. Please send your prayers to them. They are giving the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And this country, as you know, has given so many sacrifices in its 250 years of existence. So let's not forget that, and let's also remember that for their sacrifice, we get to do this. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Be safe. Please support our local first responders and veterans and active duty members of the military. Without them, we can't do what we do here.